sports. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys from the AFC North.
Good afternoon, everybody, east, west, north, south, worldwide, and welcome to All About Sports 216 on your Sunday afternoon at high noon. This is your man, Keith Allen, along with me, my partner in crime, Mr. Ed in Columbus. What's going on with you, homie?
Just living a nice, beautiful Sunday. We got a lot to talk about today. Can't wait to get into it. And
yes.
I'm here for the ride, Keith. I'm here for the ride today.
No doubt. Here is looking like you want to rain or something. I don't know. Looking a little sunny, a little. But it's a sucker-free Sunday and everything for everybody. Sucker-free Sunday. Hope everybody has had a safe weekend so far. And we're going to get to the in particulars because we got a whole lot to talk about today. First off, let me go to my captions here. For everybody that's watching, the chat lines are open. Feel free to holler at us when we're talking about anything related to sports on the show today. Feel free to holler at us. So if you want to tell us, this is the best show I ever watched. Or if you want to say this is the worst piece of shit ever, feel free to do that. All publicity is good publicity. And also, second, I got to scroll down here. Second, All About Sports 216 is live every Sunday at 12 p.m. That's right. Live every Sunday at 12 p.m. And also, while you're at it, if you're watching on YouTube, don't just watch. Like the video. Oh, here we go. Like this video and subscribe to the Allen Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. That's right. The Allen Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. We got a lot to talk about. First off, we got a whole lot to talk about. Let's see. First off, we're going to go as in this order here. It's that time of the year where it's midterm time. Midterm report card time.
Uh-oh.
And the Cleveland Guardians report card is due today.
Keith, let's just say this. Back in the day, back in school, when you got your grade card, were you hiding it from your parents, or is this where we're going with this? I can't wait to see.
It all depends what grade you're talking about.
That's right. Yeah. Well, that's kind of what
it all depends what grade you're talking about. When I was in the 7th grade, I was hiding it.
Okay.
Now, when I was in the 8th grade, I was definitely hiding it. Now in the 9th grade, I was the first one to show my shit up. I actually decided to do my work then. But then in the 11th grade, I was hiding it. But in the 12th grade, I was like, hey, didn't you get yours? I was like, hey, didn't you get your midterm? And I've said probably for the people's parents, midterm? What you talking about? But, hey, we're going to get to that. Then also, since the Cavs started Summer League on Friday, and you got to see a look at Imani Bates, Jalen Tyson, Craig Porter Jr., Nance, the youngest Nance brother, and some others. We're going to give our early Cavs Summer League observations, which might not be so good. Then, third, we have a new segment Cool or not cool?
Ooh.
Well, we're going to stay in the NBA. And then, fourth and finally, what to expect for Deshaun Watson this season as quarterback of the Cleveland Browns in his third year, and hopefully his healthiest year coming up.
Right.
But first off, the midterm grades are in. And, the Guardians are, what, they're 58 and 36, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
58-36, first place, heading into the All-Star break. They got one more game today, this afternoon, against Tampa Bay. The Guardians won yesterday 4-2 due to a pinch hit home run by a guy I said should have got a chance. Back in the wintertime, I said, bring him up, bring him up.
Bring him up, bring us.
So Kenzie Noel hit his fourth homer. So, Ed.
Yeah.
You ready to hand down your grades?
I've got my red pen out. I'm ready to go here.
All right, let's go. Let's get to it.
Oh, geez. Are we going over right now? What are we going by position? We going overall? What do you want to do?
Any way you want to go about it.
Okay. Well, I want to follow suit with what you got going. So let's break. You guys got yours broken down. Give me a category and I'll break it down. I'll go first and you go second. We'll just go it that way. So
outfield.
Oh, geez. The outfield. One of the glaring problems of the Cleveland Guardians, Indians over the past, I don't know, many years, I would say.
Yes.
Obviously, Stephen Kwan in left field, he got injured, so that kind of puts a damper on maybe the overall grade. But so Stephen Kwan, but he's fine. I mean, he does his thing. He bats nicely at the leadoff spot. He's a great defensive left fielder. So no problems over in left field. Center field, actually, surprise. When Tyler Freeman's out there, we thought, what are we going to do without Miles Straw? And obviously Miles Straw just couldn't hit the baseball. So
some thought what we were going to do about Miles Straw.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I thought there's no way in the world he could start in center field this year.
Yeah. Well, thank God that they agreed with that.
Right.
Center field is one of those positions where, and then obviously over in right field with Will Brennan getting hurt kind of in that. But overall, I'm going to give it a C+, B- kind of. And that's, and honestly, that's not exactly the worst that it could have been. It's never going to be our strength. I would say, especially this year. Now moving forward, that could change, but yeah, I mean, the fact that they're not an albatross and they're not holding the team back like in some years. So, and with Will Brennan coming back, I think that solidifies it a little bit. So I think C+. I'll go B-. I'll give it a B- just because it's a little better than maybe what I thought it was going to be, and that's a good thing.
All right, my turn.
Oh, geez. Uh-oh.
All right, go outfield, left field. Stephen Kwan. Dude done did everything as is. Right. Even though he was hurt, dude was hurt for about 3-4 weeks. Yep. Came back, didn't miss a beat. Actually got hotter when he came back. And is now a starter in the All-Star game because of it. Now, center field. And I hate to be critical because I love Tyler Freeman. For real. But Tyler Freeman's job in center field is in danger.
Yeah.
Because a kid by the name of Angel Martinez?
Angel
Martinez.
Yes.
Has been playing more center field lately.
Yeah, he has. That's not a bad thing either.
And he's hitting for a little decent average, even though he just came up right now and stuff. And he's starting to show a little stick to the wood.
Little pop to that bat.
Little pop to the wood.
Yeah.
And he's made plays in the outfield as well.
He gets on base.
And right now, Tyler Freeman's batting .213. Even though he's more of a threat to hit than the predecessor from last year. More of a threat to hit, but
Not much.
I see a
213.
battle in center field of Menson out of those two. If Angel Martinez continues to hit.
Well, as long as he's playing like he is, I see no reason to take him
Yes.
out of the lineup.
Right. And you notice he's been in the lineup and he's holding down that number 2 spot in the lineup.
It reminds me of when the Indians at the time had Lofton and Vizquel at 1 and 2. If you have Quan and Martinez can continue to do what he does, because if you look at his on-base percentage, is very high. If you have that 1-2 punch going into Jose Ramirez and Josh Naylor, that's what gets that lineup and sets the table. So if Martinez can keep continuing to do what he does, and I guess I'm going to strike down what I said about the outfielders. I'm going to give it a C+ now, because Tyler Freeman, to your point, he's been worse. Like, if you're going to bat 213, you're giving me Miles Straw numbers again.
But
and that's, you got to get past.
Nah, he ain't giving you Miles Straw numbers. Well, dude is a threat. He does hit in the clutch. Yeah. And he is a threat to take the ball out to go yard.
He's
not as bad. So, and plus, dude's playing hell of a center field. I ain't going to take that away from him either. Now, you go to right field, you got Will Brennan. You've had some of everybody and everything. Will Brennan actually has played pretty decent.
Yeah, he seems, yes.
But now you got your Kenzie Noel also.
Big Christmas. Yes.
And for the outfield, I will give them a C+, B-.
Okay.
B-. I'll give them a C. I'll give them a B- because it's more production from the outfield than last year.
Yes.
Big time, like night and day. More production.
The bar was pretty low, though, Keith. The bar was pretty low.
The bar was at the ground. You can step over the bar.
Yeah, right.
But the outfield, B-. I'm getting the outfield a B-. I'm getting the benefit of the doubt. B-. Plus, you got the hitting leader in the outfield. So
yeah, that's good. Yeah,
he's gonna win. Hopefully, he wins the batting title.
Yeah.
Now, now we're gonna go to the infield.
Okay.
You want me to start this infield off?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we'll switch it up here.
Let's go to the infield. Yeah. Jose Ramirez, stalwart, holding it down.
Yep.
If we had 24 Jose Ramirez, Guardians would be about 20 games up front right now.
Yeah.
Jose, he's the spirit of the team. He's everything to that team. He is the leader, everything. And to think about it, I never thought he would be this great.
I know.
Coming up.
Well, he went up and down a few times.
Yeah. Went through his times and stuff. Yeah. Then at shortstop. Okay, this is when it gets low and stuff. I'll say this.
Mm-hmm.
Rocchio, he hasn't dazzled you with the bat, but his glove has been decent.
Yep.
I will say that. He hasn't lost you games or kept innings alive due to errors being made in the field. Now, he made an error to lose the Detroit game.
Yeah.
But, I mean, hey, if that's the only thing I can point out, really, during the season in the field, he's doing his thing. But he does need to improve a little bit on the offensive side.
Yeah, no doubt.
Second base. Mr. Jimenez, all-world second base.
Yep.
All-world defensively. Now, offense leaves a little bit to be desired. He has to pick it up a little bit in the second half.
I agree.
He has to pick it up a little bit in the second half. But defensively, stalwart. Now, first base. And I never thought I would say this because I used to get shakes when I used to see Josh Naylor playing first base last year. But this year, to Josh Naylor's credit, he's nailed it at first base this year. And he's been the man with the bat. Now, his average only is 244, but dude is third in the league in RBIs. And he's about fourth or fifth in the league in home runs. So what's to be mad at first base? And plus, that's your main power hitting position right there.
Yeah, The corners, yep.
First in the corners. That's where
Yep.
the Guardians are getting their power from the corners,
Yep.
which is usually typical of
Yep.
average major league team. So the infield, I have to give the infield I have to give him a B.
Okay.
I have to give the infield a B. Your turn.
I'll go around like you did. Jose Ramirez, enough said. Josh Naylor, his bat, enough said. His defense, way above average, way above what we thought it was going to be.
Total improvement.
Yep. Second base, Andres Jimenez at second base. Glove, perfect. Rocchio, I like his glove. Okay, but now we're going to go to the offensive. That's where the challenge comes in. You got the power at the corners. You got, between Naylor and Ramirez, perfect. But like I said, if Rocchio can just, start batting, 20 points higher than what he has been, okay, well, I can take that. I can live with that. Now, Jimenez needs to get back to more of the 2 years ago Jimenez that we paid the money for.
Yes.
That's what it comes down to. But overall, I'm happy with the unit. I'm happy, especially defensively. How can you argue defensively?
Yes.
So I'm gonna be a little nicer than you. I'm gonna give him a B plus.
I'm gonna be a little nicer than you.
Yep, B plus.
Okay, now let's go to the catchers.
Oh, okay. Well, you've had 3 of them. We got Austin Hedges, we got Bo Naylor, and we got David Fry behind the dish. David Fry, all-star for his DHing, but the fact that he can play multiple positions, I like him behind the plate. I like Austin Hedges because he can handle a pitching staff, and I like Bo Naylor because he is the future of that position, I think, with the Cleveland Guardians, and his offense has been picking up lately. So overall, compared to even the World Series year, gosh, we haven't gotten much from that position. So I'm going to give them an A- because of their overproducing what I thought they were going to be at the beginning of the year. Now, do they need to get better? Of course they do. All positions need to get better. But at this point in the season, if you're going to ask me what their production was going to be and handling a pitching staff, that when we get into the pitching grades, they're not going to be as high of grades, obviously, at least the starters. But I'm going to give this group an A-, and they kind of have kept this Guardians team afloat.
Okay. Me, myself, that's where I'm meaner than you. Bo Naylor, Austin Hedges, and David Fry. Honestly, I don't really count David Fry too much as a catcher, for real. And I even said it before, I didn't want him to play catcher a lot because that takes a lot out of you offensively. But Bo Naylor, I think he needs to have a big second half for this team to be able to roll in the postseason because the bottom of the lineup has to come through. It has to. Austin Hedges, I don't expect much hitting from him, but he handles my pitching staff very well. And Bo Naylor, to his credit, handles the pitching staff very well too. And you got to think what they got to deal with the starters. Man, and David Fry, in the times that he has had to catch, he's done serviceable job. So, I'm a little bit meaner than you. I'm going to give them a B minus. B minus. B minus. Give him a B minus. B minus. I think Bo Naylor's average should come up.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It has to come up, and he has to be more viable on offense in the second half of the season. Now, starting pitching.
I'll let you roll with that one because it's kind of
Oh, let's see. Well, since I don't know what the rotation is right now, and since 2 of our starters are in Columbus right now,
yep.
Now we've seen encouraging signs from Gavin Williams and Tanner Bybee. Lively has been a pleasant surprise. And Carrasco has pitched well in his last 3-4 outings.
Yeah.
The main bugaboo is our starters can't go no more than 5 innings.
That's right.
And it's not coming back to bite them now. But come October, if it doesn't improve, or if the Guardians don't acquire a starter or two by the deadline, it might be an early October. So I'm going to give the starters a C. I'll give them a C. A solid C.
Solid C. Well, the
I
C
could
on
go
my
lower, but
yeah.
I'm going to give them a C.
Okay, well, this C right here and the C grade that you gave them is not the grade I'm going to give the starting pitching for the Cleveland Guardians in the first half of the 2024 season. I'm giving them a D plus because of expectations. Going into the year, there was going to be, just speaking of, Cleveland teams, it's starting pitching. Okay, and that's the thing, and and the fact that obviously losing Shane Bieber, I get it.
That was
Tristan,
huge.
yeah, Tristan McKenzie, he should have had the surgery. I'm just gonna say it. I mean, I think we're borrowed time. He comes to Columbus, and he's gonna look good probably, and he's gonna come back up there, and then what's gonna happen is he's gonna look good for one outing, and he's gonna blow his arm out or his shoulder. So
Remember what I told you last year?
Yeah, it should be
what I envision Tristan McKenzie eventually being.
Closer.
Saved
his arm,
yeah.
But eventually he's going to need the surgery, and I just feel like I don't know. So we'll see how that goes. Gavin Williams coming back helps, obviously. Lively coming out of nowhere helps, but they need to add a starter, I think, at the trade deadline. But so far, because of expectations, and not everybody can get good grades, and I got to use this red pen. D plus.
Well, go into the relief pitching.
Now this is a little better. Relief pitching obviously has been the strength of the Cleveland Guardians this year. I'm gonna give him a solid A. Clase has been masterful. Obviously there's been hedges and hinges or whatever. There's issues sometimes, but I don't know. I mean, overall it's a solid group, and you know what? Here's how I look at it. They have 58 wins. Their starters go about 5 innings if lucky. So the bullpen
That's not typical.
Yeah, right. So the bullpen has definitely been the saving grace. So they deserve a solid A.
Yeah, bullpen A. Clase has been amazing. He's been amazing. Cade Smith has been good.
Barlow's even been good.
Barlow has been good. I mean, you name it. If you get the Guardians and the Guardians can code the game. If the starters can give you 6, 9 times out of 10, if the Guardians are ahead, they're winning.
Yeah. Yep.
9 times out of 10. And even Avila, to surprise, has gave them innings in wrong relief.
Yeah.
So the Guardians bullpen, A. Yeah. Matter of fact, A+, because they've had to shoulder the burden of the starters, basically. Because they've had to go 4 + 5 innings sometimes in games. Now, can it hold up? I don't know.
We're going to find out.
So far, A. Now we're going to go to the manager. Mr. Vogt. I have to give the man an A. And right now, if you got mid-season awards, grades, and stuff like that, he'd probably be manager of the year.
I would agree.
Because think about this. He took this team that was 10 games under 500 last year. But he kept the culture the same. But he put his little tweaks into it. And the thing I like about Vogt is everybody gets a shot.
Yep.
There's really nobody really gets no idle time where you don't see him for 2 weeks or whatnot. He finds time for Jackenzie Noel off the bench. He finds time for Sheehan. And the thing that helps with both Joel Kent. What is Joel last name?
Oh my God, Joe! It's Noel Joe Kent.
Noel Joe Kinsey.
Yeah, no, that's what. Yeah, it's like my brain was
all the way. Yeah.
Yes,
but the thing is, he's found time for all of them, and the fact that Jackenzie Noel and Sheehan can both play multiple positions, along with Angel Martinez, is a plus. He got multiple position players that are better than in past years, what Francona had. But he's made everything work so far. Now, in some cases, like in the Detroit game earlier this week, he did keep Lively a batter or two too long.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, he gets an A.
I echo those sentiments, and A for manager Stephen Vogt as well. The fact that, like you said, every player has to be ready to play because, even the other day, Schneeman was in and he had hit a home run. He gunned somebody down at second base, but they were down a run, and then he pinch hit and got Tyler Freeman in there. And you know what I'm saying? So he's using people every day. And even when we had Florial earlier in the season, he would use him. And, so I like what they're doing, going with the young cats and having them play every day when it comes to, whether it be pinch hitting, whether it be, going in for a defensive replacement later on. So I love this team because, it's a fun team, a fun squad. And it all starts with Stephen Vogt, the manager, who's keeping this team fresh when it comes to their attitudes. And baseball is more than just, hitting and fielding and doing all that fun stuff. It's a mental game, 162. It's a marathon. And I would agree. Stephen Vogt would be my AL manager of the year as well.
Yes, and you got to realize the Guardians haven't played well in the last 15, 16 games, but I think a lot of it is due to fatigue, and they had a stretch where they had to play like 26 straight days, something like that.
They need this break more than others.
Yeah, they need the break, and like I said, because I think Fry needs to break more so too, because he's
needed it for the past
back
month.
to earth. Yeah, Freeman needs to break too, and they have to sit time and have time to reflect and everything and be charged and ready for the second half of the season.
Yeah, and I would agree. Not only do the current players on this roster need a break, I think they might need some reinforcements when it comes.
So, ownership, do you hear us?
Yes.
It's time to either put up or shut up. Because you can't use, they're not supporting the team as an excuse.
Over 1 million in attendance this year already.
This early? So, hey, ownership, step the game up. Give Antonetti and them the permission to go get some more reinforcements.
Yeah.
So we can have an October to remember.
Yes.
Because if I have to put on a Mr. October jersey.
No.
But we're not even going to go there. We're going to change the subject. We're going to go by the way of basketball and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavaliers started Summer League this past Friday.
Did they?
Yeah. They're the Summer League champions last year, but I don't think they're going to be the Summer League champions this year because they took one on the chin to the Orlando Magic. Man, Jed Howard made his case to be in the Magic rotation off that game.
Yeah,
I was like, good Lord. I didn't know he had that kind of range.
They were mad about us beating them in the first round of the playoffs, and they're like, we'll see you in the Summer League.
Man, I mean, oh, my. Well, Ed, what's your observations so far of the Cavs of their first game? Even though it's not really a general, you just going really off one game. For real.
Right. Well, obviously, they played 4 games and they played 4 games, and then your best records then advance to the tournament kind of thing. They're not going to get there. They're 0-1. They play, I think, Milwaukee tomorrow at 3 p.m.
Today.
Tonight. Oh, it's tonight. Okay. All right.
Yeah, 3:30 p.m. today.
That's probably not good for us. Here's the deal. I think, like I said, it's Summer League. It's all about, getting their first round pick to, get integrated with the team and everything. And then Luke Travers, I don't think he didn't play the first game. I don't know if he's going to play. I don't know. He's a little bit banged up, I think. I don't know. I mean, you got a new coaching staff. So anytime the new coaching staff can get acclimated with the players, it's always a good thing. So I'm not looking, like I said, they're not going to repeat as Summer League champions. I get that.
No, they're not.
I'd like to see them win, but it's about just getting better and developing. And like I said, this roster, we talked about this, Keith. I mean, this roster is a win now roster. So let's be real. Of the Summer League players, there's only a couple I'm really concerned about. Amani Bates, How can he kind of get his way into the rotation, and summer league play obviously would help his cause. So I'm not looking for team results. I'm looking for maybe individuals to step up and step into a loaded team going into this upcoming season. So the expectations are a little bit different. It was fun winning it, I guess, summer league championship last year. It's always fun, I guess. But this is a more rookie kind of roster than it was last year. And some of these other teams like Orlando was more veteran laden, and that's kind of why they put the smack to us. So you got different dichotomies playing in these games. You got some teams that are just so young, and some teams that actually have a veteran presence. So I don't know if winning a title means anything in summer league. I just want to get better. And really, if you tell me Amani Bates gets better, makes the team and helps the team out next year, it's a win for me.
Okay. As far as I'm concerned, first game, I mean, for real, it was probably a game where the coaches just said, hey, don't throw the balls out there. Do what you do.
Right. Yeah.
Do what you do. It's first game. Hey, do what you do and everything. I do want to see more from Amani Bates, more from Jaylen Tyson, because my thing, what I've seen, Amani Bates has to get more efficient from the field. And for him to be 6'9", he's going to also have to rebound more.
Yeah.
Now, I did see some positives with Amani Bates. He did go inside a few times this time and finished, which is an encouraging sign, which means that the weight gain is helping him out big time and stuff. But the shot selection, that has to improve. Has to improve.
But don't you think, here's one thing about what I say about like shot selection and things that you see in summer league play, the fact that he's playing with a bunch of younger players, when he's with like Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, and the veterans, those shots that you say don't take won't be shots that he would even take anyway.
Exactly.
So
and that's why I said, because I think Friday they just rolled out the balls and said, look, do what y'all do what y'all can and everything. We'll gradually get it together and everything, but right now we just want to see where you at.
Right. Yes.
I did see some encouraging stuff from Jaylen Tyson.
Yep.
He had 8 rebounds, 15 points. Looked decent out there.
He's fluid out there. Watching him play, he's pretty fluid. Like he's pretty slick. The way the angles that he takes it to the basket too. I was watching some video of him in college, and it looks like it's translating a little bit here, which is fun to see that he can still do the things that he's doing. And if he can do those things, that's why they drafted him.
Yes. Then Pete Nance, he's not going to be a center during the regular season. No, he's more of a stretch 4 and everything. He can shoot from out there. So, see more improvement. Just see more improvement, really, guys. Yeah. Porter, he had one of those games. But he showed me, excuse me, he showed me his worth during the regular season last year when Garland was hurt.
Yeah. And then JB took him out and never played him again.
We're not going to go back to that memory.
I'm sorry. Because I'm a big Porter Jr. fan as well. And the fact that, he had shown such promise, and for him to have that decline, and it wasn't really a decline. It was like he just wasn't playing. And it's just like, how do you develop players when you don't play? I felt.
Then I seen DJ Burns. Look, limited
skinny
sample
DJ
size.
Burns compared to what we're used to seeing at NC State.
Yeah. Limited sample size, but hey, we just gonna watch them today against Milwaukee and see what happens. So, go Cavs. Summer League action.
That's right. Hot.
Moving right along, we're gonna go to a new segment that I created. And it's gonna be called Cool or Not Cool, with various subjects in sports and everything. Now, you ready for the first one? Yeah.
I'll say this before the segment kicks off and it's maiden voyage. I will say this. Keith, you're cool. I know I'm cool. We'll see what these topics get into, but I think we're the two men that can then take this on right now.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, far as cool or not cool, Jaylen Brown being left off the Team USA and being glossed over for a second time. where his teammate Derek White got picked in replacing of Kawhi Leonard, who's no longer
Not,
on Team USA.
I'll start this. Not cool, and here's why. Now, Grant Hill comes out and says, well, he wants to develop a team, and it wasn't about, picking the best players. It was about getting the right fit for this team. Grant Hill, BS on that. Here's why. Jaylen Brown was your MVP of the NBA Finals. He was probably the best player on the court in the highest stage for the NBA, and you could argue the highest stage in all of basketball because when it comes to the NBA, it's the greatest product on the face of the earth, and that's why you can call yourself world champions, even when you're not really world champions, and nobody really argues with that sentiment because you are the best of the best. And for you not to put Jaylen Brown on the team when he was the best of the best on the biggest showcase is a tragedy. And also, too, Derek White, no offense to you, maybe there's things that you can do like shoot the ball or whatever, and maybe Grant Hill was looking for shooters. No, here's the deal. It's called Team USA. It's called we're going to kick everybody's ass anyways. Put the hottest player that can sell jerseys that people know that is the face of the NBA, is a face in the world on the national stage and a world stage, and you pick Derek White, another teammate. So when Jason Tatum gets asked about these questions, what is he supposed to say? They're both Boston Celtics. Puts him in a vicarious predicament.
Yes, it does.
Stupid Grant Hill. That is not cool. Jaylen Brown, you should be on Team USA. What more could you have done? And it wasn't like, oh, I didn't want to be on the team. No, I think Jaylen Brown would have happily accepted being on this team. Stupid. Not cool, Keith.
I have to agree with you. I have to go not cool. How do you leave the finals MVP and also the Eastern Conference Finals MVP off Team USA? And think about this. Jaylen Brown is a younger version of Kawhi Leonard. So why wouldn't you have him on the team? Especially if Kawhi can't get it done this year and they rather him just get ready for the season. Why not? Why not Jaylen Brown?
You pick Kawhi Leonard. Why wouldn't you replace him with another Kawhi Leonard and then you bring in Derek White and say, oh, because he fits the team better? No, if he fitted the team better, Kawhi Leonard wouldn't be on the team and you would have had somebody else like Derek White. That makes no sense. That explanation doesn't make sense.
Makes no sense at all. And I mean, Jaylen Brown is a younger version of Kawhi Leonard.
Right.
He just can shoot a lot better. You know what I'm saying? A whole younger version. And I just said, that's garbage. But I think it got something to do with Nike, too, as well. Because
yeah. Oh,
Because, he went at Nike's neck with the Kyrie stuff last year.
That's right.
And guess who handles Team USA? Nike. So, you know what? I said, Jaylen Brown passed over? What? Like, really? Dude. Two-way wing, 3-and-D player.
Yep.
He is the younger spitting image of Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
And you passed him over? And Grant Hill gave this lame excuse? Come on. And nothing against Derek White. Against Derek White. Because Derek White don't deserve no backlash or nothing at all.
Right.
Derek White balled out too. Then you actually put Jason Tatum in an awkward position too. Because now Jason Tatum has to answer questions to the media about this. And you think Jason Tatum really wants to talk about this? I just want a title.
Right. With both of these men as my teammates.
Right. And this is how you do me. And think about it. 3/5 of the Boston Celtics starting lineup is on that team.
Mm-hmm.
But yet the MVP of the finals isn't.
Not cool, Keith.
Not cool at all. Not cool at all. But moving right along on cool or not cool, we have Bronny James, who has given humble results so far in the summer league action this year. The 55th pick in the draft of the LA Lakers, and he's the son of LeBron James. Now, I'm going to say this. Cool or not cool, the overanalyzation of Bronny James' results in Summer League?
I'm going to go a little different. I'm going to say it's cool. Here's why. Because I saw his stats the other day. They are so bad. They are so bad. And the fact that we're over analyzing that makes me, get on X or I'm able to see that over analyzation, because I wouldn't be paying, like to your point, I wouldn't be paying attention to it unless it was over analyzed and brought to my attention. And then when I see these numbers and I'm thinking to myself, wow, they're worse than I thought. Now I know he had a bad, start, but it's kind of like, if you look at the numbers, it's not just bad, it's horrifically bad. So I'm actually going to be a little bit different. Say that's actually cool, because if it continues to be horrifically bad, I want those numbers brought to my attention, because then it gives me something to talk about on shows. And look, I'm wishing well for the kid. Like, I know he's LeBron's son and he'll always be taken care of, and he's lived a life of privilege, and that's fine. But it's still somebody that's trying to make a dream for himself playing the NBA, regardless of who his father is. So that's not cool on the standpoint of bashing him. But I think it is cool that these numbers and stuff is being overanalyzed so that people can see that, because look, sports is all about fun, and the fact that we can make jokes and have fun and have segments is part of the game too. So I'm going to say from that standpoint, cool. But if you're actually making fun of him in a personal way, that's not cool.
Okay. Now this is where the road split. Okay. I'm going to go not cool. And the reason why I say is this. We're overanalyzing him, but yet we're taking the shine off other players that's more deserving of being talked about. If you know what I'm saying. Only reason why people are talking about Bronny James is because of his last name.
Absolutely.
And who he's related to and things like that. Now, as far as people going in on him, that's not cool and everything. But I look at it as, for Bronny James, it's a victory either way around. And this is why. What happened almost a year ago at this time?
Oh,
with Bronny James.
His heart, right? Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
Now, truthfully, he could have mailed it in and not even played last season.
Yep.
And really, I don't think we've seen the real Bronny James anyway last year with USC. Plus, the team was bad altogether.
It was a weird fit. I don't know why.
It was just a weird fit with that team. Yeah, weird fit. And it was like he was trying to catch up. You know what I'm saying? Right. Trying to catch up. He's like chasing his own tail and stuff and everything. And honestly, this year really is like his freshman year all over again. This is why I said he should have transferred and went back to school.
Should have came to Ohio State.
Or he could have went to Duquesne and been with Drew Joyce.
Yeah.
Where it'd have been less pressure.
Yeah.
And you're not really under a microscope at Duquesne. Because if you'd have went to Ohio State, trust me.
Well, I'm just selfish as a Buckeye fan. I'm selfish as a Buckeye fan.
But he would have been under a microscope
for
real at Ohio State. But I look at it as a victory, because you got to think about it. From where he was at last year at this time to now he does have to improve and hit shots or whatsoever and everything. And I think that'll eventually come, but it's going to take time. He just has to play more.
Right.
And he'll probably learn more, because he'll probably be playing in the G League more than likely this year.
Yeah.
More than likely this year. With the Lakers, I probably say he might get in about maybe 10, 15 games.
Right. But his dad will get what he wants.
Yeah, his dad will get what he wants. And
they'll be on the court together, and then,
Yeah, and think about it. This is really what his dad wants. It's not really what Bronny wants. Because if you ask Bronny privately and for him to speak freely, he'll probably tell you something totally different than what his father is saying. Yeah. Totally different. So I look at it as not cool. And I'm rooting for the kid and everything. And, and Bronny didn't do him no favors either.
Right.
By saying that he's better than some of the present NBA players. Now, he literally sent the boy into the lion's den.
Yeah.
So everybody gonna give him their best shot.
Yeah.
Summer League, come the regular season, G League, he's going to get everybody's best shot.
It's
just
like
because
Caitlin
with his
Clark
last
in the
name.
WNBA. Like,
Yeah.
what I'm saying? She's a rookie. She comes in. People want to give her their best because they don't want this rookie to come in and dominate. It's the same thing with Bronny James. It's the same thing.
And I think Bronny eventually will find his niche.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be more as a defensive player, where to me, everybody's saying point guard. I don't really see that.
I don't either.
I see him more as a Gary Payton Jr. type.
Oh, okay.
Kid with athletic ability, can jump out the gym, and if he wants to put the effort in defensively, that can be his role on the NBA team. That's how I see it. Where he can average about 6 to 8 points a game and everything, and he'll have a good career.
Yeah.
He'll have a long career. As long as he can stay healthy and everything. So that's the first time of our first time segment. Cool and not cool. On All About Sports 216. I was about to say the old name.
Yeah.
Old
habits die young.
Yeah. I was about to say the old name. I was like, oh man, habits are hard. Which brings us to our last subject of the day as we come to the Cleveland Browns.
Speaking of hard, that's the Browns here. Jeez.
Yes. And we're going to ask what to expect of the Browns quarterback, Deshaun Watson, for the 2024 football season. You want me to go first, or Ed, you want to go first?
Oh, geez. I might as well just rip the Band-Aid off here. It's such a loaded question. Here's why. Obviously, Deshaun's coming off injury. Deshaun's got a new offensive system that he's got to learn and run and be the leader of. He's got a wide receiver one that's not in camp right now. Well, not camp as it started, but he wouldn't be if it started right now. He's got a running back that's injured. He's got 2 new running backs that they got. Got offensive line that is coming back from injury. So a lot of question marks for a franchise quarterback, no matter what their situation is. And Deshaun's obviously is a little bit more complicated than most. But my expectations of him and what to expect from him are a competent quarterback play, which I think we saw when he was in last year. Were they the Houston Texans numbers? No, but it was a different offense. Now, this offense, I will say, with Ken Dorsey going to be in the shotgun 90% of the time, is more like the Houston Texans offense. So do I expect his numbers to go up? Absolutely. Do I expect him to put up 5,000 yards? No. What I'm looking for is his completion percentage. I need that to be a little bit higher than it was. I think it will be. They'll be throwing the ball more in more comfortable positions for him. So the familiarity with that, I think, will help in the routes and different things. I think be more tailored to what he had in Houston. So I'm looking at completion percentage, which will be higher, which will be a good thing. I'm looking for him to I guess, he had command of the team last year. I look forward to that again. But like you said, with the health aspect of it, when you're doing it for 6 games a year, a lot different than doing it for 17 games a year. I think this team, the players, they all love him, but they want him to be there every single, game. And it's a lot different than, you're dealing with as many quarterbacks as we were dealing with last year. So give me the health, give me the higher completion percentage throwing. And I think this Cleveland Browns team will do well. So I'm expecting, when people say I'm expecting big things from Deshaun Watson, I'm not expecting big things from him, nor do we need big things from him for us to be successful. What I'm looking for from him is consistency in higher completion percentage, and that will translate into W's, and it's as simple as that.
Yes. Okay. All righty. Hey, pretty good. Pretty good analysis.
That was cool.
There.
I felt cool doing that. I felt cool
analysis right there. Me, myself. I expect 6,000 yard. No.
Thank you. All right. All right.
Let me talk. No, for real. First off, I expect him, hopefully, to be healthy this season. Now, you said a lot of things that has to contribute besides Deshaun, and that's what a lot of people don't look at.
Right.
We had 3 or 4 offensive linemen coming back from injury last year.
Yeah.
And questions, who's going to be your right tackle? mean, for real. I mean, who's going to be your right tackle, Jones
I would expect. I
or
think.
Conklin?
Ooh,
Because you're paying Conklin.
yeah.
So who's going to be your right tackle? And you don't. And people are like, well, we ought to trade Conklin. I was like, dude, all them injuries last year, I think not. No. And like you said, also, the Amari Cooper thing is starting to concern me because I need him in camp in 2 weeks. Deshaun wants him in camp in 2 weeks. And you have to help your quarterback help the team. And the fact that they haven't got a deal done right now kind of alarms me right now because they've paid everybody else.
Yeah.
Because you cannot go into training camp with a situation where you don't know who your number one is. Because Jared Judy, even though he has played, is unproven at number one.
Right.
Elijah Moore, he's okay, but is he really a number two? He's more slotted to be a slot receiver.
Yeah, exactly.
And after Elijah Moore, you don't know really what you're getting.
Yeah.
From the receiver spot. That's me. You got Tillman, you got David Bell. Who else you got back there?
We drafted somebody this year too, and
we drafted a kid too.
Yeah.
So you don't really know what you're getting. And the running back situation, is Nick Chubb going to be ready by week 1?
Mm-hmm.
Remains to be seen.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I like Jerome
what they
Ford,
say,
but I don't know.
Yeah, I like Ford, but I like Ford. I like Foreman, but it's a lot of moving parts there that have to be solidified for Deshaun to be successful. I think, but can Deshaun carry them past a lot of the stuff? I think so, but he has to be upright and healthy.
Yeah.
Now, I would say this: I wouldn't expect. I would be happy if Deshaun can play 15 games this year. If he can give me 15 to 17, if he can give me 15, I'm good. But if he can give me 17, I'm elated.
Yes.
And I would say his typical season, if he could throw anywhere from like 3,500 to maybe 4,200 yards.
Yeah, I would agree.
And with an increased completion percentage.
That's the key.
And with a higher QBR.
Yeah.
Because his QBR was awfully low too last year.
Yeah.
But I think with the offense being more geared towards his talent, I think he will play a lot better. A lot better. And if he throws anywhere from 25 to 30 touchdowns, the Browns will be pretty tough this year. They'll be pretty tough. Now, if he's average, they'll be 10-7, 9-8. But if he's like 85% Deshaun Watson of what he was in Houston, the Browns will be very good.
I agree.
Because he doesn't have to be Houston Deshaun for this team to succeed.
No. We have a defense.
He just, well, we'll see what that defense is really about this year because we're going to be playing the dogs this year.
It starts off with Dallas too. So
yes. And that defense also has to get better on the road.
Yeah. That's
but I think if Deshaun can throw anywhere from like 35 to 4,200 yards, throw about 25 to 30 touchdowns, and limit the picks and the fumbles, Browns would be pretty good. Browns would be pretty good. Because honestly, not the Buffalo game, the Baltimore game, in the second half, you seen why the Browns made the trade.
Yeah.
Because average quarterback, you're not coming back against Lamar.
No.
You're not. You're not coming back against Lamar. But I expect Deshaun to play anywhere between 14 to 17 games this year. And about 35 to 4,200 yards and about 25 to 30 touchdowns. And the interceptions, maybe about 10.
10, yeah.
10 picks or whatever and stuff like that. But the completion percentage, you're right, Ed, has to be a lot higher
Yeah.
than it has been in a couple of past years and things. And I think this year he's dialed in this year because there
He
ain't really
seems
no
to be,
distractions for him this year. None of that crazy mess and all that stuff. So I think he's dialed in and ready to go and everything. But they got to get Amari Cooper in
Oh,
camp.
yeah. Amen.
So Andrew Berry, hey, y'all need to holler at dude or something.
Right.
Like I say, give him a 2-year 55 or a 3-year 81, where the third year be non-guaranteed or something like that. And like I said, 2 weeks away, Greenbrier,
Yeah.
Browns
Yep.
open training camp.
Wow.
Yes, sir. And that just about sums the show up. Now, we're going to go to something real quick.
Yep.
And let me ask you this real quick. We're going to bring the WNBA back up in the discussion real quick.
Yep.
Who you got for Rookie of the Year? Caitlin Clark or Angel Reese? Well, that's okay. I want to do something on the cool or not cool.
Yeah.
Was it cool or not cool for the New York Liberty to quadruple team Angel Reese at the end of the game last night?
You know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say it was cool. Here's why. Because usually, for her, she would get, it's junk time. There's 2 points that she would have needed, wouldn't have contributed to the win or loss. I mean, it wouldn't have affected who won or lost. It was garbage time. So the fact that the New York Liberty took that, stat,
They took that personal.
yeah, well, they took it personal, but they also it makes that stat actually mean something, because if she would have got it and continued on, then it's kind of like, it's just like, okay, it's like she got it in junk time, so now she'll have to start a new streak, and it actually does mean something. So the fact that they took it personal, I thought that was actually kind of cool. Like, I mean, I think these stats, you should have to earn them, and I know a lot of stats in not only just the WNBA but other sports. A lot of times, look at the Michael Strahan sack on Brett Favre. That was like, there's a lot of stats that are junk or whatever like that. But so they took it personal, and I think that was actually kind of cool. I don't know. I mean.
Yeah, it's what it is. I say it like this, just like I said that Caitlin Clark has to earn her way.
Yep.
And I've said it before, she has to learn her way. Angel Reese, same applies.
Right. It's the same. Yep.
Same applies to rookies and things. So I say, now, was it a little extreme quadruple team?
Well, yeah, it was a little, just a
that
little.
was a little
just
extreme.
A little bit. Yeah.
It was a little extreme. So I have to go on the not cool side.
So would a triple team be okay, but a quadruple would not have been?
Double team be okay. And it's not like she hits outside shots.
Yeah.
So I say not cool, but I get it.
Yeah.
New York Liberty took it personal. I get it. Like, hey, you ain't getting this shit off on us.
That's right.
But they just got to navigate their way. They rookies. Now, real quick before we get out of here, who would you have as Rookie of the Year in the WNBA?
I still would go Caitlin Clark, because I think, she's helping her team win more games percentage wise from what they did last year. Her points per game, I still think it's in the NBA and WNBA, or just basketball in general, it is about scoring. So the voters are always going to give it to the one that has the higher scoring. Even when Evan Mobley lost Rookie of the Year to Scotty Barnes or whatever like that, because he averaged more points per game. And even though we know Evan Mobley probably deserved it more for all the other stuff that he did, it's just one of those things where it's very easy to just get, they're leading the league in scoring, or leading the rookies in scoring. So look, they're both great players. I think sometimes people ask these questions. I'm not saying you, Keith, but on these national TV shows and whatever, they ask it because they want division. They want to make it personal. Look, I'm saying Caitlin Clark, it's nothing personal. Angel Reese is a phenomenal player. It has nothing to do. And like I said, I've said it many times. I'll say it again. She's a baddie. I've already said that. She's a baddie. So it's not, what I'm saying? So, but I would give it to Caitlin Clark right now. But it could change. There's more games to be played.
Right now, I have to say it's a standoff.
Okay.
I have to say it's a standoff because they both have provided positive reinforcement to both their respective teams, and they're both in the playoff race.
Right.
Now, they're under 500, but they're both in the playoff race, because really, Chicago would be nowhere near 500 if Angel Reese wasn't getting double-doubles. She got 16 rebounds last night. And Indiana wouldn't be nowhere in the playoffs had Caitlin Clark not been doing what she's doing. Now, the difference is with the two, Angel Reese has shown more of a leadership role with Chicago as a rookie.
Well,
then right now,
Leah Boston though.
yeah, and then like now, because it's kind of like, it's Caitlin Clark's team, but right now she hasn't really shown the full flex, because a lot of times she gets waved off and other players don't want to pass to her and everything in critical moments and stuff like that. And I think next year that's not going to happen.
No, it's like, yeah.
And I think where Angel Reese, she takes the bull by the horns.
Yeah.
And
well,
like
in Chicago,
Clark,
it's easy to take bulls by the horns in Chicago.
Where Caitlin Clark, I think she should be a little more selfish.
Okay, well,
you know what I'm saying? Should be a little more selfish and everything. Where Angel Reese has shown a little more leadership right now. You know what I'm saying, at this stage and stuff. So I go as it's like a direct standoff to me.
Okay. So you're not really answering the question.
It's a standoff, basically.
Fair enough.
Usually, the standoff go to the more offensive player anyway. Like you said,
well, that's what I figured.
Evan Mobley and Scotty Barnes, they'll probably will go to Caitlin Clark and everything. But Angel Reese should get a lot of votes.
Oh, it'll be 1 and 2. It'll be 1 and 2.
Yeah, definitely be 1 and 2.
Keith, tonight, MLB draft. Guardians pick 1, Cincinnati Reds pick 2. Please, Cleveland Guardians, I live in Columbus. Please, whatever you do, and I don't know who this player is because I'm not dialed into minor league or college baseball. But whoever you take, Cleveland Guardians, it better be the right choice. It better be the right choice, because if it's the wrong choice and the right choice goes to number 2, the Cincinnati Reds, I'll never hear the end of it from my Reds people down here. So please, I don't know who it is, make the right choice, please.
I say for the Guardians to draft that dude out of Georgia. Number 1.
Is it Condon or something?
I think it's Condon, yeah.
Condon, yeah. Okay.
SEC, like in football, is the most fierce conference in baseball also as well.
Yeah, it is.
And dude hit 37 home runs, and they need a right-hand batter.
We need some bat, yeah.
Yes. And like I said, Condon can play, would he play outfield for Georgia? Play outfield, but he probably could play first base and third base too, or something like that. But he won't be playing third base no time in the first.
No, well, not Jose, but Jose.
But he can play in outfield. So
because that guy from Oregon State, that Banzana, whatever like that, he's a second baseman. We have enough middle infielders. Knock it off.
Right, and we need some right hand hitting power.
We need some.
Yes, we need some right hand hitting pop. So Guardians, hope you all make the right decision. Please make the right decision. It will be very crucial.
And I don't know who to keep. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know who the hell that is, but just make the right decision.
All I just know from what I done seen and everything, I heard he hit like 37 home runs last year, and this past season, and 25 last year. So got some pop in his bat. So hey, the Guardians, make the right decision, and don't do it based on money.
Please,
just make the right decision. Well, anyway, that's about sums our show up today. All About Sports 216. Anyway, for all y'all, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, subscribe to the Alan Viz Media 2 YouTube channel. Like and subscribe to that. Also, All About Sports, we do come on live every Sunday at 12 p.m. talking about the various sports around the land and around the 216 area code, and even through Ohio as well. Well, this is your man Keith Allen, along with my man Ed. Up out of here. Have a decent, peaceful day. Keep your head on a swivel and love one another. Got anything to say in closing there?
Peace.
All right, we out. All About Sports 216 signing out.
The sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport.
Ain't that right?
We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys. AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full court. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys from the AFC North. We in it for the love of the sport. We the real McCoys, running the full